Previously on
Mochi making terrible life decisions.
So I had a thought one day, why not make a VTuber? Like, I thought doing this blink would be easy, but then I realized my art style is weird. I mean, yeah guys, I was basically just suffering. Oh yeah, also, fun fact, my program crashed near the end and I died. I think I underestimated how tough Live2d was. So, no fancy intro here. Today, well, not today, but like that day I decided to rig face angles. Kind of. See, what happened was, as you can probably tell with the first footage, I was not really happy with my face angles. So I redid them in this. I don't remember if last episode I covered me trying to rig face angles. I think I did, if I can find the other footage or something, but regardless, it was face angles. And here's the thing, I've drawn 3/4 view several times, but I hardly ever drew like characters looking like up and down from perspective views, and perspective is actually one of my biggest weaknesses. You won't catch me dead doing perspective. The only time I really did perspective was actually like a phone drawing. It's literally my current profile picture. Yeah, as you can see here, I was basically struggling with the warps and everything. It's honestly embarrassing. But yeah, no. You'll see that like when I get to like the facial corners, it looks extremely deformed and scuffed. And I will be honest here, I actually thought about giving up at one point just because it looked really bad. But then when I went into the physics menu after doing like the facial physics and everything, it actually turned out alright because, see, the thing is, for some reason, I think this is just an issue that I had, but when I have my head turned to the side and everything, it just didn't turn to the extremes, if that makes sense. Which I guess it was actually just a blessing in disguise, because like terrible head angles is kind of what ruined my motivation. It looks fine whenever you just have it at the slight angles, you know? Like when you don't have it at the extreme parameters or whatever. But it looks really off whenever you just have it at the extremes. And that is just on my inability to do perspective and everything. I remember spending like hours upon hours, and like I just kept wanting to redo everything. I had to go back and like fix the mouth because from the angles it just looked really weird, because you can get away with hiding a lot of stuff in the front angle for me, but like when you turn to the sides and everything, like all of my poor life decisions pretty much showed at that moment. Such as the fact that I did not draw separate mouth lines for the bottom and top lips, which I should have. And I should have separated the lipstick from the lip skin. But there was actually one major issue as to why. So I need to give context on how I color things. I don't know if I should record a tutorial on how I color skin, but one of the first things I do after I have the base skin layer is start adding in the cheeks and the lips. And kind of what I do is I set it at like 100% color burn. And if you know Live2d, there's only like 2 layer modes in there, multiply and add, so color burn would not have shown up at all. So I was pretty much screwed from the get-go if I wouldn't have been able to like separate the lips, and I mean I guess I could find a work around it. I am making another model after this because I'm going to milk the Live2d for all it's worth, okay? Like, I have this free trial, so I'm going to just use it. Just take advantage of it. So I'll probably not post any, like, crazy new art for maybe a while until my license to this expires, which is gonna be a long time, guys. Because 40 days is a while. I know in my first video I said that, like, I should do this quick, and then I don't have a lot of time and everything, blah blah blah. But you'll see at like the end of the video, I don't know if I even got the clip to this. Probably not. But I did finish the full body rig of, sort of. with just her basic outfit. I have her other outfits I still need to do. And I did include, like, you know, the body angles and everything, which was a pain in the ass to do, by the way, because I didn't separate correctly, which is just humiliating. But yeah, pretty much I got this done a lot quicker than I thought. Like, I thought it was gonna take me the full 40 days to do this, but I guess I just consistently, like, worked. So yeah. Oh yeah, as you can see here, I was doing the hairs X, Y, and Z, and I failed to understand how the warps worked and how adjusting things, because I made a lot of fucking mistakes because I'm an idiot. But I eventually figured it out, sort of. It makes the face look slightly less scuffed, you know, and I'll let her have that, you know. I mean, she still looks scuffed, but not as scuffed at the extremes, you know. It is satisfying to see it all come together, though, if I'm being honest here. Yeah, as stressful as this Live2d rigging process was, it was nice, okay? And Chupuko's tutorials really helped me, okay? Like, if anyone ever wants to get into Live2d or anything, I highly recommend her tutorials. They're very beginner friendly, and they helped me out a lot. Like, I usually take forever to get things, but hey, if I manage to finish this in, like, few days, then that's good. If I'm being honest here, I probably should have put more effort into the hair. I was really, like, lazy. I guess I kind of just wanted it done, you know? Like, I was over, like, the head angles already. I just wanted to do, like, physics, because that's what comes next, you know? Like, after the head angles comes the physics, and since I was using Chupuko's tutorial, she has, like, these head physics that looked really cute, okay? So I wanted to, like, emulate that. Like, she's right, it does give more life to your models, you know? And that's what I want, because from the way my model is and my inability to actually rig it, like, great and everything, the last thing I want is something that looks really, really, like, stiff, and I feel like because of my lack of skill, that's just what happens a lot of the time. Like, everything just looks really stiff. So you'll see me rigging, like, you know, some of the stuff for the toggles. Like, I have toggles for different outfits. This one you see here is one of them, the mermaid outfit. And I actually, not that my VTuber actually has lore about being a mermaid, maybe. I don't know, I still have yet to think, okay? But I thought it would be funny if I made, like, this mermaid toggle. It's a lot more work, but my reasoning is, I think I want to do a few karaoke streams every now and then, because if you don't know me, I really do like to sing, even if I'm mid at it, you know? And mermaids are known for their singing and everything, so I thought it'd be funny if I had a mermaid toggle for that. Just for that, you know? Honestly, I feel like I kind of wasted a lot of, like, potential with making a VTuber just because I don't want to show my face. Because VTubers, they're like characters, they're like characters you can emulate, you know, you can have more fun with it. And I like writing. I wouldn't call myself, like, a huge writer. Like, I'm a writer, but not, like, huge, crazy, and everything, you know? So I could have had a good opportunity to, like, make a completely crazy character and then create some backstory, you know? That would have been really fun to attempt to do, but yeah, I didn't do that. So, but don't worry, I will kind of do that next season. I'm putting this into, like, seasons and episodes. Season 1 is basically just me suffering on my VTuber rig. Season 2 is gonna be me making a VTuber OC, not OC, but, like, me making a VTuber model for one of my muses, or OCs. I like to call my OCs muses in case people have not noticed. I don't know why, it's just nice to call them that. Like, completely random. So, in case you're curious, I'm not gonna bother like trying to hide it because I've definitely spoiled it so many times in like other places, but I think I'm going to make my next model Jihoon, who is one of my main muses. You'll see him everywhere if you've looked at my Instagram, if you looked at my art. I actually like drawing him a lot. And in case people have no idea what I'm talking about, if you look on my page, you see this one man who has like this platinum blonde, borderline white hair, and really pale skin. That's Jihoon.
The next day.
So the next day rolls around, and I'm supposed to like rig more, you know? Because that's what I'm supposed to do. I have a free trial, so I have to like just do it as soon as possible. You'll see me doing the angle Z physics, not physics, but like angle Z movements for my hair bows for the main outfit. Because if you looked at my avatar, she has these hair bows. I'll admit, I should have drawn them more straight down. Like, they're just gonna be floating up in that position. That's gonna fuck me up later with physics, for real. But it was just, I don't know why I drew them like that. I really shouldn't have. But I don't feel like changing it. Like, I've already gone this far on my model. Oh yeah, finally we get to see me working on hair physics, and I was struggling. I was using Chupuko's tutorial again as usual. I should have drawn the hairline separately. It's not realistic for your hairline to just move around and jiggle like that. But like I didn't realize at all. So you're gonna have weird jiggly hairline, but it's fine. We're just gonna say it's part of the effects. Also, I'm aware that like the physics I did, they're not really like smooth at all. Oh yeah, here you'll see me struggling with the temporary deformer tool because I was like following her tutorial like word for word. She likes using the temporary deformer tool or whatever to deform the warps, which is useful for some things. I actually use it on the ribbons. But yeah. Like, looking back at this footage as I'm doing this voiceover, those hair physics are so janky. But it's because I, like, took it to the extremes and everything because it didn't look like they were having an effect, but now they're having too much of an effect. But it's fine, we're not gonna see that bottom half anyways, where the physics get real janky, you know? You know what those physics actually remind me of? So, I think people are gonna be so confused when I say this, but I'm gonna try to explain. So a long time ago, before I did like stuff like this and got really into gaming, I was actually really into this program called Miku Miku Dance, okay? Or MMD. You've probably seen a lot of those types of videos if you're a Vocaloid fan and everything. But Miku Miku Dance, for those that don't know, is a 3D animation software, sort of. You load in like models. It's like Blender, but for anime, and it's a lot simpler, if that makes sense. My brother Appel, he's an MMDer. He is very much into it, and he's so goddamn talented. Check out his channel if you will. I'll link it in the description, you know? But yeah, MMD, like a lot of the model's physics actually like remind me of like this that I'm doing on my model, because a lot of the physics, unless you like edit it, they're really like janky and it's just ugh, you know what I mean? I feel like you can get away with janky physics in something like this because it's 2D and you can make it slightly choppy, but with MMD it's 3D, so I feel like they need to be a little smoother. And Appel, he actually does physics edits and they turn out really good. So yeah, I feel like he would be judging me from like the darn computer or something if he saw these physics, because they're so janky. It's gonna be like, oh my god, is that Tita physics? And I'll have to explain this one too. Tita is a model style. It's the most popular model style. You'll probably see it in most MMD videos. But the physics in Tita model, like, they're janky. they're really janky. I got no other words for that, you know? Oh yeah, here you'll see me attempt to edit physics for my mermaid crown here. I clearly don't know how things work. Yeah, there's just a lot going on today, cause like on the day I was like recording this, I was just getting as much done as I can. And so yeah, I feel like I don't really have much else to say about these sections. Oh yeah, this is where I was rigging the body. Body like X, Y, and here you see me struggling with layers and forgetting how I organized them. I made clothing back layers, but turns out I actually had to delete some of them. I fucked up so bad with that mesh. You know, it's painful. I'm gonna do a better job with my next model, but for now I just want to get this one out, so yeah. So here you kind of get a preview with my mermaid model. This was with my initial body rigging. I actually go back and fix it, don't worry. I forgot that my model actually has the... I don't want to say it. Her chest. She actually has a chest, you know? And I forgot how perspective worked for a minute. And that's funny because we know I draw. I just don't draw a lot of women. Which is depressing. I should draw more women. Like, come on, man. But yeah, I actually didn't realize that, like, if you had, like, bigger chest... God, I really don't want to say the word at all. But if you have, like, a bigger chest and you turn to the side, it's gonna poke out more, you know? It's not just gonna stretch back like how I had it initially. And it took me too long to understand that. Oh yeah, also, I will say, rigging the XY legs was really easy. Rigging the X legs? Holy shit, I forgot how to perspective. I never even knew how to perspective, but I still forgot it anyways. I drew the feet completely poorly. So, what I should have done was draw the feet in like this pigeon-toed position, or even out-turn would have worked. But I drew them from the front, so it makes it much harder, I find. And like, I watched Chupaco's video to like reference how she did her like body rig and everything, and she drew her model's feet pigeon-toed. So whenever you bend your leg down and everything for your rig, it's easier to make it look like it's actually squatting down because the leg would be turned slightly to the side, so you can like show that bend. But when you do it from the front, you're gonna have to rely on perspective and foreshortening and all that other bullshit. And unfortunately, since I'm not good at perspective and everything, this is gonna fuck up my model majorly on the bottom. But luckily, we're only seeing the top half, so it doesn't really matter now, does it? Okay, as you can see here, I'm now rigging like the choker. Okay, can we just talk about how I basically forgot the art meshes for a lot of them and then accidentally deleted the standard mesh because I was panicking because one of my ribbons disappeared. We'll probably get to that later. A lot later. Actually, no, we probably already got to that. I think that was when I was like rigging the ribbon physics or whatever. I thought rigging the clothes on the body would be terrible, but it actually wasn't, and I think it was because I already rigged the entire base of the body, so I basically just used it as a guide, and a lot of the clothes I had were like, they're fitted, so yeah. Though rigging the jacket, which is on top of the inner shirt, was painful, and I had to go back and fix it a few times, because when I was initially rigging it, I had it off. Like, I had the inner shirt off so I can better see the jacket as the body turns. But then when you turn on the inner shirt, some parts of it were poking out and it was pissing me off. So I was like, okay, shit, I need to, like, fix it. So I definitely spent a while on the jacket. Remember, kids, if you ever do Live2d, pay attention to your goddamn layers and everything and make sure you double check, triple check, make sure everything looks right. So you don't end up like me. In total, I think this footage here, like, actually, in total for that day, I think I rigged for like 8 hours. I went back on the footage, 4 hours for a segment, and then 2 hours the no, actually, no, that 2-hour segment was the other day. So 6 hours in total of rigging. I need to have a counter for, like, the rigging footage I have. Because that's probably going to be an ugly one. That's all I have to say. It'll be an ugly one, mate. Oh yeah, one of the things I didn't do was rig body Z. Because Chupaco's tutorial didn't cover body Z, it only covered body XY. I thought I could live fine without body Z until I tested my model out in VTube Studio, and then I realized, oh man, that body Z would be very useful. So I'm gonna have to search up a separate tutorial for that. That might actually come in next video where you see me rig body Z as well as my other outfits. I think we're all looking forward to the mermaid one though. I am too. That one's gonna be a toggle. I think I need to find a toggle to make my feet disappear though, because my legs need to disappear in order for it to, like, work. Because the mermaid tail kinda, it doesn't cover the entire feet, you know? It doesn't cover the entire leg. It only covers half that leg, and that's because if I did the entire leg, it would be, like, really, the perspective, everything else would be weird, etc. It sounds weird, okay, I know. Okay, the skirt. I died on that. We know, though. I found a simple skirt physics tutorial. It took me a little bit to actually get the skirt working, though. And the skirt looks really stiff and not as flowy, but I feel like that's fine. You know what? All the physics in this are stiff. I feel like if suddenly something is really flowy, it's gonna look off. All the physics need to be just equally bad, you know? But I guess for a beginner who is rigging for the very first time, I guess it's not as bad. It could be worse. It could be a lot worse, you know? Oh yeah, now I'm rigging the stockings, and this is another instance where you kind of gotta pay attention. Pay attention to, like, your layers, because I had to go back and fix, like, the stuff with the stockings and, like, the shoes. But the stockings, you're not supposed to see, like, the bottom part of the stockings from the shoe. It should not, like, poke out like that. Yet mine did, because I wasn't paying attention. Remember, kids, you gotta always pay attention. But yeah, after that, that's pretty much the end of this episode. I talked a lot more than usual, but that's fine. You gotta fill up the time somehow, you know? But yeah.